Oh, it's a gorgeous day and we have a fantastic guest with us. Now, she's no stranger to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have Yolanda Y'awa back in studio. I mean, she is absolutely incredible. She was here the last time with the Gugulethu tenors. She's a singer, songwriter, motivational speaker, activist, humanitarian, businesswoman, and I can just go on with the list. But she is absolutely incredible. And she joins us this morning as we're in the midst of World AIDS Awareness Month around the world. And she's been living positively with HIV for the last 20 years and plentifully. And you're here to share your story with us today. So welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
I love it, the flower of Gugulethu. Yolanda, so good to have you. Yeah, and I'm glad we're talking about this. We need to raise more awareness, and this is where you come in, and your journey is so inspirational and I think so important for a lot of people out there, just voicing, you know, what it is that they're going through. You've been positively living with HIV for the past 20 years, which is phenomenal. The way you tackled it, the way you carry it as well. It's not something that you hide from, which I love. But take me back to that moment when you found out 20 years ago. What went through your head? What did you think about your life at that stage?
Yeah, I received a call from the doctor because I had just did blood test because I wanted to buy property, and then the doctor said you need to come and see me in my office. So,
sure.
And I know in those days, you know, if your policy application is declined and you've taken tests, it's possibly because you are positive.
Okay.
And so I called my mom hysterical. And my mom, she has such a calm personality, you know, she knows how to handle tough situations. So she said, we'll go together, and whatever happens, you know, I'll always be here for you. And, you know, like, you shouldn't let whatever we're going to hear determine, like, your future. And we heard the news. And, yeah, the first day was tough. But, you know, my mom has been through a lot, and she's been my rock. And what I've learned from her is that when a tree is strong, not even a strong hurricane winds can uproot it. So I had to tell myself at that moment that I am strong and that I'm wise, and that I shouldn't let being HIV positive, you know, like determine my downfall and all of that. And if life at that moment had handed me lemons, I was certainly going to make a lemon pie.
Oh, lemon pie!
Not even a lemonade, a lemon pie.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. And you know, your mom's sharing such wise words, being deeply rooted, and you've used your platform in many, many ways. I mean, I went through your list of everything that you are, and you're so much more than just that. But how have you used your platform?
I am a creative person. In 2002, when I was diagnosed with postnatal depression after the birth of my second son, I have two children. They're born in the same year. They're 9 months apart.
Oh.
Sure.
You know, when you're an artist, you have to have a good story. And so I was diagnosed. I was prescribed depression medication, but I took one and I really felt numb. But one time when I was walking in Long Street, I came across beads of Africa, and then I saw all these colorful beads, and I've always been creative from a young age. So I asked them to show me how to, you know, put together an earring and all of that. And then I started creating, and I found that it helped me, you know. And also when I started selling it to people, and, you know, it was, I used to get like great reception and people wanting to buy more and all of that. So that really inspired me. And at that moment, it was also a validation that, you know, being diagnosed with HIV, though it's not a great thing, but it was actually a blessing for me, because in that moment I felt that I was so blessed that I could be given a second chance, and in that way I could be able to craft my future. And if I do that, I should do everything that I'm passionate about, that is music, that is creativity, and also always paying it forward and giving back.
And there's so much that we are still looking forward to. I wish we had an entire morning just to sit down with you. Thank you very much for joining us, Yolanda.
Thank you.
I know that there's a lot you're doing with your youth scholarship programs, your Luwotando dolls as well that you're doing. The beading, you can see it's beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
But thank you very much for carrying that message and carrying that flame and being a positive inspiration to so many out there. Really appreciate it. Now, definitely, if you want to keep up with that inspiration, that motivation, if you want to check out Yolanda in terms of gigs, if you want to book her, just head on over to her website, Yolanda Y'awa Star with 2 Rs.com. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.